But what do you do when that kid does have that isolation or self-doubt? What support can you provide then?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for that, then it's definitely, being aware and making sure. So maybe, if they feel isolated and maybe they don't want to talk with you, then it's finding someone maybe that they do feel comfortable speaking with who's not mom or dad and outside, but being open to that and wanting that to support them and say, I understand if you don't want to talk to me, but it's really important. What you're feeling, what you're thinking is really important, so I would like to introduce you to someone that you could talk to. And mommy and daddy don't have to know what you're saying, but this is someone for you to feel comfortable speaking to. And I actually think that it's a very, very, it's actually a great thing to have. I think even maybe even before, it doesn't necessarily have to be if once there is a problem. I think it's actually something that's even better to put in place even before that happens, so that it's just, again, that habit of feeling comfortable about sharing what's going on. Be like, hey, this is how I'm feeling, I have this going on. And so then when something more challenging or harder comes up, there's not an obstacle. You've built that habit of just having conversations or being able to talk to someone or anyone. And like I said, I think, even with parents, have to be able to kind of step aside and be like, okay, it's okay if it's not me. It's okay if it's not me, but it's important for me. I want to know that you have someone to talk to when you need to. And so again, you're showing them, and again, modeling. And I also think, I didn't say it, but modeling your friends and your friendship interactions, they see the way you interact with your friends. Right. And they're watching that relationship besides the relationship with, your mom and dad, if that's there, or mom, or any person that happens. But then they're going to see you can model with them the friends that you have, how you interact with your friends, and if you call your friends, if they hear you, hey, I just want to check on you. How are you doing? Is everything okay? Especially as those older kids, again, you're modeling for them
Yes.
really still what a friendship can and should look like.
Yeah, absolutely. You're that source for them, and just being able to have that safe and nurturing and stable relationship, whether it is with you or someone else, as long as they have those stable relationships and they're nurturing, it's definitely going to help eliminate some of that self-doubt and that isolation.
Exactly. Like in our reading, just having at least someone. So maybe if it's not home, but having some, resources in the community to be able to go to, then to get that support and say, okay, my child is feeling isolated. So, I need some support in this and boosting her confidence in a different way, or his confidence. And where can I go and get that? And we need those systems available because, yeah, parents can't do it all, and nor should you, because again, you also are a person and a human with also, things, mental health to take care of, and that's very important that we're also learning as well, right? If you are not taking care of your mental health and you are not in a good space, you have a lot less space for your children or for anyone else, or for anybody else, because we just can't balance that as well. And so I think, that's another key part of having community support and other resources, is that parents need that, right? To not burn out, because when they're burnt out and exhausted and overwhelmed, then obviously the interactions are going to suffer. All of it is going to suffer. What you're being able to provide for them is going to suffer. And so knowing that you're not alone in doing this, and having the ability or the support from school or support from school staff to say, hey, I noticed this. What if we try? What if we did this? What if we, having just a whole team that is there for your child is a huge, huge, huge relief, and something that I feel like we could do a lot better.